What's happening, everybody? Hi. I think I got this working. I did a walkthrough of my art journal earlier, and I used the microphone, and it seemed to work. If it doesn't, I don't know. I'll just do a voiceover again, and eventually I'll get good at it. Today, I am going to paint, but I'm going to talk, and I'm hoping that everything works out because I don't want to actually speed up any parts because I want to talk. And you're my peoples. So welcome to Tara's Traveling Paints. I've got a really cool thing. I'm really excited. I want you to see. So what I got going on there is I replaced all my light bulbs. I hated the light bulbs that I had. I said I need the good old fashioned light bulbs, and I found a way to get them, and I did. So right now we are under full spectrum light. I should get happier and happier as I go. I noticed this morning I wake up early in the morning and I read right away before I do anything else. Um, I usually struggle. I struggle with focusing in on the paper and seeing the words. Today I didn't struggle. I did have a light on, but it was with the new bulbs. And from the natural sunlight outside, I didn't have to struggle. So something happens with that other light that really, it's not good. So anyway, I'm excited about that. I think I even look better in this, which is great. I do still have a full spectrum LEDs for my plants, but that's that. I'm going to turn that off because it's nighttime. Small apartment living. That's what's up. So today I'm excited. I'm going to do a pour. And I have been doing so much creatively just with pens and markers and pencils and crayons. And it's been really great. So if you want to check out what I've been up to, you can go ahead and check it out. I have talked about it a few times. This is what I did just after dinner. I'm not done. I'm working on that. And I think that's so pretty. And so I can't stop. I'm on a absolutely wild creative ride, and it's exciting. I'm wondering if it has a lot to do with, oh God, it's got a lot to do with everything, right? So anyway, here we go. So yesterday, there's a story behind this painting. Yesterday, I didn't get a glass of water. Oh my gosh. Yesterday, I got overwhelmed with this feeling that I needed to paint a picture or draw a picture or something like that. And I thought I was going to do several, actually, but my first one came out epic. And I was like, look at my little epic sauce. And I used colored pencils and crayons or oil pastels. Dollar General stuff. The oil pastels, man, I miss the old fashioned ones. I think it's just the quality of the art supply. I just don't think it's there. Really tough to work with, and I'm used to. Oh, maybe crayon is different than an oil pastel. Maybe it is. I'm just used to it being much more like clay in your fingers and just having to be super careful that your finger was wiped off and using little tools and stuff. And this I find very dry, but I really enjoyed the little piece. So I made a little tiny piece like this big. And I was like, all right. And I did that on watercolor paper. Then this morning, I was like, well, I got to keep going with that because I got to put that. I was going to like glue it onto a card and have that be the cover of the card. I'm like, no, leave that alone. You're going to make a card because you have some blank cards. And, oh, yeah, this is going to be a big old human painting session, guys. I bought those blank cards when my mother was sick. And the system had basically kidnapped her. And we were several hours apart. And so my idea was to make a card every day and mail it to her so she always had mail. It never happened. I never got to it. I was very busy and very traumatized. I'm not making excuses, I'm just telling you. But I never got rid of the card set. And so this is kind of poignant in this way. Um, the person I want to send it to was in the history of my life, and I've had a lot of really good friends, probably the best friend that I ever had. And not in a like, this person was overly superhero to me or overly any of the things. She was just really super awesome because in general, she was kind of like not the nicest person sometimes. Sometimes not so nice. And she liked me. And so I knew that this is something because she doesn't like anybody. And I actually levitate towards people like that. And if they like me, it's on and popping. I'd be their best friend. So this is my best friend. She's amazing. She knows how to deal with me. I was a fucked up 20-year-old, fucked up. And like, she would come over to my house and nobody's allowed to just show up at my door. It never has. It's always been a no situation. She could show up and she'd be like, all right, we're going for a walk. What do you mean? Come on, let's go. Go for a walk now. Okay. And we'd go for walks and we go for walks and walks and walks. I can't even believe how much. 80% and 90% of it in silence, just listening to the wind and being in Montauk. And that's one of the most spiritually wild places on the planet. And we would hunt, and we would hunt beach glass. And we were pretty serious about it. And usually by the end of the day, we had pockets full of beach glass. And some people thought we were just so fucking amazing with that. Some people would take beach glass as payment. Wild. Um, she had her dog, Shibinator, Weebinator, Terminator, love you later. And we'd collect all these dogs and we'd be going to the beach with all these dogs in the car and going for walks and hunting glass. Beach glass. We didn't call it sea glass like the rest of the world because we're from New York. We called it beach glass because that's what it is. It's from the beach because you can find beach glass in a lake. Sea glass is just incorrect. So I was thinking about her. We had our relationship, like, it just stopped. It just did. And it's crazy. But it is what it is. And I've always missed her like crazy. And it's been a few, I would say probably the last 5 years where I said I'm just not gonna be upset about it anymore. She whatever, fuck it. I'm not gonna chase her down because I used to try to chase her down. Like, come on, man, we gotta be friends. Like, what's up? Tell me things. And she was done. So I just had this overwhelming feeling that I had to paint this painting for her. And so I did. I started it and I'm about halfway through it. It's not a painting. Right now it's still a drawing. And it never becomes a painting until this morning. And I messaged her. She's on my Facebook. And I was like, I need your mailing address. I didn't think she was going to give it to me, honestly. And she drops the mailing address. I'm like, sweet. Sweet. We talked for maybe 2 or 3 back and forths. And it was wonderful because I actually get to share with her the piece of art that I needed to make for her. Do you know what I'm saying? I think that is wonderful. So she's awesome and she's going through it. And I think I'm hoping that it'll give her upliftedness. And that's that. So this morning I woke up and I have a card. I don't know if you can see it in the background. You can see that there's a card there. I'm trying to get it to dry flat because I used acrylic paint on top of this stuff. And it's dry right now, but I'm trying to keep it that way. I'm going to mail it out in the morning because it's acrylic, and I'm afraid that if I put it into anything, it's still not all the way dry and it's going to stick to it and peel off. But I painted it with acrylic using palette knives and sticks and stuff like that. I don't think I used a brush at all. Maybe once. And I love it so much. So much. Like, I can't get over it. Those trees at the top of that cliff, you might not know that was a cliff because that's not the greatest part, but the shadow and man, with acrylic paint, I was so excited. So I'm mailing that out tomorrow with the other painting that I did yesterday in it, and a marble and a rock that I found at the river, and a cute little note inside the card saying, "Hey, yo, hey." Now I want to do one for me, and maybe even for her one day. I don't know. But right now I want to make one, and I want to do it fluid art. It's going to be impossible. So I've got white paint, Dollar General white paint, no titanium in that. That is not a cell activator. I do have Amsterdam white, titanium white, and Floetrol in here for a cell activator because I'm going to need it. Got a little bit of black left from last time. It's tiny, tiny. I don't know if I'm going to actually use it, and I'll know. I've got a red metallic that's going to be beach glass. I've got a tealish Coke bottle-ish color metallic for beach glass. And I'm looking at this. Oh, and a blue metallic for beach glass as well. Because the most important flavors of beach glass that there is red, Coke bottle, and blue. So blue comes from all sorts of different things. It's not that rare. It's certainly not a Budweiser can brown, but it's not that rare. You can find blue a lot in different little shades. Coke bottles, I think, is probably the best. It's amazing. I have a big piece that's like, I think it's in my car on my dashboard. Like, it's the kind of thing that you keep with you if you can. And if it's not there, then it's in storage. So it's like the size of a giant mastodon tooth, and it's beach glass, and it's a Coke bottle bottom that broke. And I'm like, oh, it's amazing. And the day I found it was huge. And so that's another one of my favorites. And then the red beach glass is far more valuable for a couple of reasons. It doesn't get there easily. By the time red beach glass gets on the beach and is refined enough for you to pick it up and add it to your collection, you're touching something that's really rare. And this is one of the reasons it could be there. Most of them are all seafaring or ocean faring or seafaring. We'll call it seafaring because it could be a lake. It could be a sea and not an ocean. That's why it's not called ocean glass. It predominantly comes from the sinking of a boat, a cataclysm of some sort where people may or may not have made it off that boat alive. And it comes from the lights on the boats. And if it ever gets to shore where you can find it, it usually signifies the passing of someone. It's pretty, that's the thing. So I have red glass in both of the beaches, the one I drew and the one I painted today. And those are very important, red glasses. And they signify some that have passed and some that have not. So there's one in there for Sheebinator, Weebinator, Terminator, Love You Later. There's one in there for my mom, for her mom, for my love Charles and hers, and her childhood best friend, all through high school, like her people. And there's a couple of extra red ones because that's just what it is. And I'm going to try and do this. I'm maybe going to attempt that little cliff thingy. It might turn into a mangrove patch. Probably should do that, huh? But there's no mangroves in Montauk. But there are thickets in Montauk. No, no, I'm just going to try and see what happens. So we got the fresh lights. We have an interesting idea, and we got a lot of paints to work with. I'm going to go with the water on this Cobalt Blue. I'm going to go with the sand with this, it's like a green gray, and burnt sienna or umber. Which is it? Umber. Umber. These are going to try to make the sand. That's going to be trying to be the water. It's going to get a lot of that activator. To try the sun. This has got yellow, lemon yellow, and gold in it. All dollar store paints, all of them. Oh wait, no. Some of them are from that last little set I got of acrylic paint on Amazon. I have grass green. Apparently, I mixed a lot of paint for those little trees. I don't know why. Got some dark green. Here's a metallic red. The metallic Coke bottle. That's what I'm going to call that. And the blue. The reason why those have to be metallic is because those little cuts in it that smooth it out that come from the ocean and the other rocks, it kind of feels like it's metallic. You know what I'm saying? And the way you spot these is by hitting the sun with your eyes in the ground at the same time just right. Something that we both perfected. She was probably better at it than me. And I was a troubled person, and I spent a lot of time being very, very quiet. You would never know. I know. But at the same time, I was wild. And she just knew exactly, all the time how to handle Tara. And unfortunately, that's how I guess she probably thought it was handling Tara. Well, we're going to get in here. I got this little tiny canvas that I got from the dollar store. It is, what is it, 7 by 14? That's exactly what I wanted, was a smaller, long, and they had them. I was like, when I pulled that out, I'm like, stop it, shut up. Usually it's always just square or 8 by 10 or whatever. So we're going to go ahead and get in here. We're going to try, and it could take forever. I will stop it though and restart it, and if I find that it's just too long, I will bring it down and do a voiceover for that part. Welcome back. Let me double check. Yep, my microphone is still on. I have no idea how crooked you are. You might be really crooked. And I've got all these because I might use them. But you know what? I might not. So I just wanted to make sure they were over here. Cheers. Got me a glass of water. So thirsty. Got my lip balm. I got my cute little thing. Now, I don't have anything holding it up. I also tried to prepare this in a more professional manner. Didn't come with these little wedges, but it had the holes for them, and I have plenty of wedges. I couldn't get them in the two sides, so I did them opposite corners. I sprayed it down with water. Very cheap. This actually probably should be painted on, but I'm not going to do that because this is an experiment. I am using this thing because because it's a smaller canvas, going over to that side would be very difficult to keep doing that. So I want to be able to just kind of work and whatnot. One thing I am a little concerned about is I think I need to have, I know this. I know these facts. I need to have paper towels ready for us. I have a feeling there might be some paper towel swiping here. And so I kind of have to be a little bit more prepared than what I just imagined I was. I really don't want to have that far away. I got a cool rock. You want to see it? Beautiful rock. I think I'm going to draw it. I really want to explore shadowing and depth perception a lot more. And so that's going to be interesting, I think. So a rock is a really good way to go because they're really hard, really, really difficult as far as I'm concerned. They're not like trees or ocean, like it's, ugh. So I'm just going to have one of these out in case it happens. Oh, where's my little plastic pieces? Those might come in handy. I'll bring those out as well. So I've got this ready to go if I need it. I might. I feel like it's going to happen, but you never can be too sure. Especially with me. Anything could happen when I'm swiping. I could change my mind altogether. So, what do I think is going to be the best thing? The best thing I think is going to be is getting a nice white down and getting it spread out pretty evenly. So everything here is mixed with Floetrol. I don't have any water with anything. But I also have another one of these canvases. If I'm feeling jazzy and I have enough paint, I want to be able to keep going. So I'm going to be careful with that. I'm going to use this larger spatula to just move it around and get it all over the top of this canvas. Because I am aiming to swipe. There's some, so in my little exploration with my little journal and watching other people that aren't fluid artists do art, it's been really eye-opening to me. And that's why I wanted to not do a voiceover. I wanted to talk to you. By the time I get done with this, I'm going to be too tired to give you this background that I'm talking about right now. But it's just you learn so much about other people, what their ideas are, and other art forms that you might even dig a lot. I'm struggling with any kind of like moving away from, especially fluid art's my favorite thing I've ever done in my life. I love it. I love it. I don't. This will never go away. I'm just curious if there's more in me than just fluid art. I know there is, but do I want to do them? Do I want to experiment? So the only way to know is if you go ahead and experiment with it. That's one of the reasons why I started doing an art journal. I want to get better at watercolors, just because if you're good at watercolors, you can do almost anything in the world. It's almost a superpower, in my mind. So playing around with stuff definitely helps. So I got my white. Pretty nice. I like it. Gonna hit it with some fire. I got some bubbles because, of course, this paint has all been mixed within the last 2 hours. Just before dinner, I did it. So it's a thing. I did not catch any gobbledygooks in mixing or anything, so I'm thinking that's we're good. And that's it I'm going to do with that. I'm going to leave it. I'm not going to try to go over the edges with it. I'm not going to tilt it. I'm not going to spin it. I kind of need to have all of that on there. But what I'm really struggling with is, will I be able to do this entire composition in one shot? That's what I want. Fluid art is not done as well in layers. So I'm going to attempt to get this done in fluid art all at the same time. And my question to myself is, what part is what I need first? And that kind of thing. So I'm thinking the sun is what I would need first. Gosh, but maybe I should just drizzle the paint out where I think it should go and then work on the ideas for the swipes, because I'm sure there's going to be more than one kind and one tool. Let's do that. I think that's really cool because we'll be able to see things kind of come alive as we go. So I'm going to go ahead and put the yellow down. This has got metallic yellow or gold in it. I certainly don't need an awful lot of it. I don't, because it'll move, right? I've got the ocean's going to be in the middle. Oh, that's just already feels so good. This might be something I don't even tilt. Oh my gosh. We are going to need some for kind of around the sun. So let me see if I can manage that without spilling it. I'm going to do it with a small thingy and kind of just let the world know where the sun's supposed to be and where the sky is. You know? Kind of play with it like that. I got these little cups at the dollar store too, in the dollar aisle. These are expensive in regular stores, so I was excited about that. And of course, I want to attempt that cliff. So I'm going to do that. Golly, that's really pretty. It's really, really pretty. Okay. God, this could just end after I get done doing this. That's how pretty I think it is. And we want those trees. That are out on those cliffs. Now this idea comes from my memory. It's been since 2001 since I was in my hometown. I really never want to go back. But deep spot, really deep. So I got some light green because I want to add it because of the sun, you know. I feel like we need to have some. But I feel like I need to drip it. You know? We'll see. We will see how that goes. I think this is going to be so beautiful. And I should have plenty of paint for the next round. And my next round may just be doing this, but first I need to go ahead and swipe first. All right. So we got a little bit of ocean going on there. Might want to stretch some of that out just a wee bit. Let's move some ocean a little. Look at all that green. Now everything should be exactly the same. But you know what? Even though I watched Left Brain Artist yesterday, I still don't do what he says. And what a lot of you do. I don't drip test my paint. I did use a scale, and all of them were the same. But, you know, that's not necessarily how it went down for me. So, now we got the beach. And it's not white sands out there. It's sand. It's not dirt, though. This is kind of dirt. It's not dirt. Just want to move some of that around a little bit. Now I'm going to go in with that green gray or whatever. To make the sand. I don't know how this is going to go. It might not work. But it's like a greenish gray. Kind of wish I was using a pipette. Because I can't bend this. Like I would want to make a really pointy point. That's all right. It's okay. Another thing from journaling, I feel like I have a lot more hand control. Like I could go ahead and outline something and not be worried that I was going to make a big mistake. That wasn't true a couple of weeks ago. It just wasn't. All right. So now I'm going to go ahead and add glass. the beach class. Maybe. Oof, I'm nervous. Let me see. Let me think really quick. Oh, that's brutal. All right. I'm going to start with the water. I just feel like that's where I should. I'm using cell activator now. Hopefully that's good. I'm going to use my little tiny one. I don't want to turn it upside down, but I do want to cover this. Just don't want to accidentally pour too much. I want to be really specific with this piece because I want to know that I at least tried. So I'm going to go in and kind of move around the way the water would with the cell activator. And I know that I'm doing a landscape. I still want fluid art signatures. Otherwise, I can do a ribbon painting and pull off a landscape like that. But the way I like to do fluid is I like a lot of cells. I think they're kind of like the up close of real life, you know? It's weird. So now I've switched the end in which I'm coming at the water with. That is so cute. I can't even handle it. All right. I'm being very careful to make sure my spatula is actually done, wiped off. I'm letting it rest a little heavier into the paint right now, as you can see. Oh, that's just unbelievable. Now I kind of want to keep white right there. Oh, I was going to buy straws. I said, I don't need no stinking straws. I don't even like to use straws. And right now, guess what I want to do? I want to use a straw. Huh. That's what I get. Now, because it's Montauk water, this is darker. This is not a Caribbean, but there's more depth than just blue. Although I did go with a deeper blue. There's more depth to it, almost a Payne's gray kind of feeling. But it is summertime and the sun is shining. I'm going to use a little black, and I'm going to go into that. I'm using this guy. And this, oh gosh, it's mixed with Floetrol, but it's not an activator black, I don't think. If it activates, I'm cool with that. Very cool with that. I don't need much on here. I kind of want to go in sideways on it. Oh, that's very satisfying. Okay. Did you see my hand just freak out? It's all right. I think I need to come at it from that way again with some more black. The same technique, I want to go sideways into it. Not a lot of black on the palette knife, but I want it to be there. It was like super scary. So even when the water's calm out there, still got a little movement. It is a stunning place to be. And she still lives out there. Yeah, Helen Magellan still lives out there. I don't know how she does it. I really don't. I don't have the patience she's got. I'd lose my mind. Maybe I wouldn't. Maybe I'd just sit around and paint all day and pay no mind to any of it. But some paint that got wiped away and I need it to connect. So I think my ocean is done. Maybe a little twiddling and tweedling. This is actually not an ocean, it's a bay. Fort Pond Bay. Going in with a big swipe on that. This one I'm going to go fully down. So I'm going to hold my, well, you're going to see. I don't have to tell you how I'm going to hold it. How weird is that? All right. Oh gosh. So light. It's just like really light, the canvas. Oh my goodness. Oh, that's a yes. Yes. That's a yes. Thank you. That's fabulous. Okay. So, how the heck am I going to put glass on there? Well, I'm going to show you how. But first, I think I need to go to the trees. And I don't think I need to mix the trees, actually. I think I just need to move them around. It kind of lets them do what the trees are going to do. I don't think I have to do anything with them. The paint can handle it. And I am not mad about that. I think it's kind of cool. I think it's really cool. Yeah, that's great. All right, so I'm going to use a little stick. I need to pull some of this brown up because in my little drawing and my little acrylic painting, I put trees in it. Like branches like that. So, since this is fluid art, I got to push some of that brown up or I'm not going to get a tree. Now, in this area, last time I saw it, that's not much of a tree. As a matter of fact, that's a lot more tree. Right now, it's probably covered in houses. It's probably got houses all along that cliff. So, it's a little bit sad. That's just being really abstract right there. But I really dig it though. I'm trying to think of something else in that spot. I think I need to go in with some black again. And I'm going to go in sideways again like I did on the water. I want to define the cliff from the tree. Trying to do it without making mud because that's a delicate situation with these colors right there. I think that does the trick. All right, I'm going to put some fire on it. Oh, I'm getting hot. I'm getting hot because I'm so nervous. Where's the fire? Oh. Also, I hit the canvas and it doesn't like bringing it back. Good thing I put a base coat down. We'd be in trouble. You know what I'm saying? If I try to do this just right on top of that, oh no. So, all right. I think I know what I want to do. First things first, I got to get that wiped off because I think I need this one. I'm a little scared. I'm scared. But I'm going to use some white. Try really not to be insane. I definitely need more yellow. But maybe. Yeah, that's better. I like that more. Yeah, that's cool. Me gusta. So I've been doing good with my way of eating. I haven't made a video on that channel in a minute. 'Cause I've been trying to focus, and I don't know why I even made another channel. I am not trying to monetize anything. I am not going to be part of any kind of slavery system. I say that because I watched Mr. Ballin on a podcast, the Y Files. They have the playlist called The Basement. Really good. And I've seen him a couple times in podcasts, and I used to love to watch him all the time. I don't know why there's green right there, but there is. Um, and what he described after he became monetized, like not fun. And he does a really great job. But man, it sounds like he worries about if people watch, if people stay, if people like I'm not going to do that. If I'm not your people, that's fine. I'm just making the video for me. And if you want to enjoy it, then I am really excited about it. You know? Like really excited. Okay, the sky's going to be wild. I did wreck that because I think that would be cute. I got some cells over there. Now it's time for the part that I've been trying to put off because I'm terrified. Is I need to place the glass. if I had a straw, and I'm just trying to look around, but I don't think I have one, I would definitely blow that little line right there straight down. I save all sorts of weird shit, so you never know. I'm pretty sure I have something. I consciously saved it. Said that'd be a great straw, and I don't know where it is. Isn't that cute? Oh my goodness! I am gonna check one little spot because that would make life great. Not that it isn't already. I'm already feeling really yummy about this painting. So now it's just the hard part, and I just got to do it, right? No need to be walking around looking for shit that I'm not going to use. Let's get some blue beach glass down. I was going to make a separate one for the brown for the Budweiser bottles. And I said, Tara, no. You're going to have a lot of brown there. And that's true. So, I'm so scared. All right. I'm going to do it freehand. I'm not going to use this spatula. And it's okay if it comes out super exaggerated. I'm fine with that. It's not supposed to be realism. It's fluid art, right? And it's my creativity and my experiences giving me inspiration, right? I think that's good. Oh, look at that. It happened all by itself. That's all the blue glass I'm going to put. Get the top on this. And we got to do some beach Coke bottle. I would love to like put this everywhere. It's one of my favorites. Look at that iridescence. It's so nice. I have no idea how this is going to work, guys, but I'm putting this right on top of some really sassy cells. Oh, see? I love that. Now the red. Now the red, I want to be really specific about this is going to be much harder. It's okay. I'm just going to keep going. We're going to do mom's. Her mom just passed away recently. Mine passed away a minute ago. I still haven't handled it. So we got mom's. We're going to do a sheepinator, weebinator, terminator, love you later. And we're going to do a Violet. Violet is the puppy that I gave to Frankie. And she has passed. She was a great girl. Then we're going to do Charles. He has passed. And we're going to do Schwain. And he has passed. And I feel like we need to do Allison. And we'll do one more. We'll do two more for those. Maybe not. Let's leave that. We're going to leave that. We're going to stop. Okay, what am I going to do now? So, what I want to do is I swiped this way. I now want to swipe that way. You think it's going to work? super scared. But you know what? I'm not really that scared. I'm just nervous. I want it to come out so beautiful. I really want this to be a little painting that I'm like, I'm keeping that for the rest of my life. That is the great. I love it. You know? That's what I want to do with it. So let's see. That was like, whew, got a whole really deep breath. Oh, that was tough. But I did it and I didn't dig in. I was so afraid I was going to dig in. That was my biggest fear. This is great. I am so excited. Wow. All right. Tilt my little brains out this way. This is definitely a $4 canvas for sure. That's okay. Composition is just amazing to me. I am really shocked it came out like this. I'm just seeing if there's any more weight down there. Doesn't look like it. So I don't think we're going to play with that. That will, either change or not, and that's fine. I definitely don't want to go in on these edges at all. I would rather come back and paint them. Like to force anything over, I don't think that'd work. I think it's so cool. I got to leave that brown alone. I can't do anything to it. I thought about going in with something. Maybe a little something. That wouldn't be the direction, though. I don't know if that ruined it or not. It didn't ruin it. It's just a spot I really don't want to actually throw a swipe through it. Oh my gosh. I'm trying to think. It's 10:37. I probably will do another. It will not be attached to this video though, because I am trying to be at least kind and separating my videos since I come in at a different angle. I need to bring you in for a closer look, okay? And then we're going to let this girl dry. All right, here's the sand. I could do a lot of fiddling, but I don't want to. It's got the essence of the different beach glasses and the colors I was talking about. I'm shocked. My hand went light enough to make that really sweet. I think the water is beautiful. Oh, look at that rock. That's a rock. I just decided. The water's really cool. Little cells in there. You see them? That's nice. And we have the sun. That's a little bit messy and very abstract, but you know what? I like it. We have the trees. Trees are kind of just doing what trees do. I attempted that shadow under them. That'll be, time will tell when it dries. And there's our cliff. And this is what you call Navy Road.